ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Uh-oh, kids, cover your eyes. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another 2-in-1 Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Vintage Collection Retro Card Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. If you're trying to get your Fantastic Four figures, you can do so at
Search your feelings, you know it be true.
Darkside Toys is a store for you. Link below. And while you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And I figured, you know, for this wave, we've seen these figures done before, so yeah, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman together, then I'll do a review of Human Torch and the Thing together, and then the High Evolutionary and Psycho Man, those will be separate. Anyway, on the back, nice image of Mr. Fantastic. I'd love to have that accessory, that would be badass. There's Invisible Woman right over there. There's a read up on Mr. Fantastic. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's a read up on Invisible Woman. If you want to read it, pause it right now. There's all the figures from the wave. Nothing on the side, nothing really on the top or the bottom, so let's get to it and crack these things open. And here are the figures out of the packaging, and oh yeah, that Invisible Woman. All right, we'll get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll unfortunately get a closer look at these figures. So here's all the accessories that come with both of the figures. Each of them come with 2 sets of hands. For Invisible Woman, she has the fisted hands, wide open hands. Mr. Fantastic has regular relaxed or ultimate nullifier holding hand right over there for the right side, and then you get the salad finger hands, which I'm not a big fan of. And then he comes with 2 sets of arms and the lab coat. And Invisible Woman has the same invisible shield that we'd seen with the Walgreens exclusive version, and it looks great. A little bit more translucent, I guess. There's just a tiny bit of yellowing over time with this one, but I'm stoked that she has 2 of them. I'm going to have her pose with both. I'm looking forward to that. And then I love that we get this feature with the lab coat, man. This is so dope. If you have your Walgreens exclusive or a different version that has the removable arms, you could go ahead and slap this on there if you want to and just port the arms in like that. So that's really cool that you can make that possible if the white and blue isn't your favorite version. And I think the lab coat itself came out looking very clean. I really do like it. I like how it drapes over. You know, you can see some of the blue through there just a little bit, but not a whole ton. So I think this is just really well done in covering most of the stuff underneath up over here. So I think they did a really good job with this lab coat. I really dig it. What did I just say? I really do dig it. Hope to see it in the future with a Bruce Banner figure, right? But man, these ports have gotten loose. I guess they don't fit perfectly, but they do snap in just fine. And of course, we have the salad fingers again. Just not the biggest fan. And just to get a look at the lab coat arms, while they're not pinless, I do like how they look. I feel like I've seen these before, though. Someone's going to tell me what figure they're from. So I honestly don't think there's too many people out there that like this head sculpt, so instead of just going on and on about how ugly it is, I just wanted to talk about why it's so ugly and why I don't like it. Now, I do like the concept of them trying to get more of like a 60s hairstyle thing going on, but it's just too tall up here, and I just think it looks a bit weird. Comparing the face to the Walmart exclusive version, this one looks a lot prettier to me. So why is this one prettier, or, you know, this one right over here, which is the same face, which I wish they had used, just giving her a different hairstyle. This face is a lot prettier because look at the eyes. The eyes are a lot bigger, prettier, right? The nose, we get more of a kind of, I don't know, this reminds me of my nose, you know, but this is kind of like a little bit more of a finer, smaller, petite nose. And then we have an underbite over here, and that's not really attractive. Whereas, you know, if you're going to do anything underbite or overbite, I feel like an overbite is going to be a safer bet than an underbite, you know? So yeah, I just think this is an oversight. Somebody should have seen this and go like, oh no, we gotta do something different. And it looks like nobody did, you know? So very unfortunate right here, because this is really like the biggest, newest thing with this figure. So if you're trying to purchase this and you like the head sculpt, well, good for you. But if you're not feeling the head sculpt, then you're going to pretty much just buy this for a different body. But the hair sculpt doesn't look bad on the back, and there's no real color variation. I guess very, very subtle color variation. And speaking of color, I do like how it came out on the suit. Like the white and the blue and the black right over there on the chest. It's all fairly clean, maybe a dot here and there, but for the most part, this Kate Bishop body mold looks pretty clean. Now, I do see a big old, like, hole right over here on the neck. Like, I have no idea where the hell that came from. I didn't realize it was there on the other ones, and it's not. So for whatever reason, I have this weird big hole right over here, and I guess it's a different chest. Is that right? No. The chest is the same. I'm seeing the same chest on both of these, so I don't know why that is right there, but oh well. And then a little bit of a paint smudge, but the rest of it does look pretty clean. We don't have any pinless joints or anything like that. Ooh, smudge right over there, or I mean pinless single jointed elbows, but so yeah, I'm used to that with this mold by now, but can't wait till most of them have the double jointed elbows. And then here's looking at the Mr. Fantastic figure. Nothing wrong with this head sculpt. We've seen it before, and it's the same thing again. You know what I mean? Oh, I do have one little gripe with it. There's like a tiny little blemish on the cheek right over there. We don't have that on this one, so, you know, this is a little minor detail, but I do like it. And seeing the white and blue on this body mold, it looks pretty good. I feel like this is supposed to be dark blue instead of black, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, we get the white right over there, over the blue plastic, looking pretty clean on both sides. So just checking for those paint apps, because we've seen all of this stuff before. A little smudgy right there, but for the most part, very clean, and we get the peg holes. So we know the articulation on these figures. I won't bore you with a full articulation segment for each one, but we have a new head here, and we get a ball joint with a hinge, and that allows this hair head sculpt to look up that far, which is actually fairly impressive with how much hair is back there. You can move the head downward very far too, so that's cool. And as far as moving it side to side, it's actually not too bad, and you do get good head pivoting. But again, the figure suffers from a lack of double jointed elbows. Oh man, when are you gonna bring it back full time? Come on. Now to measure out these two figures, you can see that they don't actually stand too far apart from each other. Invisible Woman's a little over the 6-inch mark, and it looks like Mr. Fantastic is right at about the 6.5-inch mark. And for a size comparison, here's our latest Reed and Sue next to our first appearance Reed and Sue, or the Walgreens exclusives. Same bodies over here, of course, different heads right there. Then here's our new Reed and Sue next to our contemporary versions of Reed and Sue. I think this is the Super Scroll wave, and you can see they have different feet, and we get a Dan Larson head. And this is actually so far my favorite Invisible Woman head sculpt, so I gotta see a head sculpt swap, or we don't have to put this new head sculpt on anything. It could just, you know, be over there. But let's go ahead and put this on. It's the same figure, you dipshit. Let's put it on this one. There it is. And wow, that looks really nice. I'm really happy with that. That looks great. Ooh, let's see what the Walgreens exclusive head sculpt looks like on here. And that's not looking that different, and I really like this too. I don't know, this actually might be my favorite look, even though I kind of like this head sculpt a little bit more. I don't know. Which one was your favorite? This is looking pretty good. And then here's the new Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman figures next to the Fantastic Four Vintage Collection retro card Dr. Doom. I don't know why this figure is so hard to stand. That's why he's kind of leaning like that. And then for a lab coat comparison, and both of these have that removable arm feature that I love so much, but you can see Moira McTaggart right here next to Reed Richards. Then here's Reed and Sue next to the only other figure from this wave that I've reviewed. We have the High Evolutionary. And then here's the new Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic figures next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man in stop motion. Welcome back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss out on my future videos. I will be reviewing the rest of this wave this week and this weekend. Stay tuned for Spider-Man stuff. And a big thanks again to all the people that support this content on the Tron. If you're in a position to do so, membership, Patreon perks, link in the description below. And these figures need to be graded separately, like for real. The Reed Richards figure, I really like it a lot. To be honest with you, I think the whole lab coat feature and everything is dope. I'm not a big fan of the salad fingers. Would have been really nice to get a new stretchy, like a big stretchy fist like we saw in the packaging. That would have been pretty dope. So that's my biggest gripe with the Mr. Fantastic. The Invisible Woman, obviously the head sculpt, in my opinion, is just absolutely horrible. I'm not a fan. Like, I really think it needed a second look at before going into production, because it's like, dude, the underbite, the small eyes, the nose, there's just, and the tall hair, like there's just 4 major bad features on that face sculpt, and it just doesn't seem like it needed, or it didn't seem like it got the love it needed. So at the price point around $27, I'm gonna give the Mr. Fantastic figure a SUD rating of,
I love it!
and the Invisible Woman is getting a SUD rating of,
I'll wait for the Black Friday sale.
I'd like to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com, and if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
If you're the kind of thing, I'm gonna play with my toys. time to make a trip to the local mall. Oh yeah!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.